it has been a while since I taught one of these. We usually have the fabulous Chris Cole teaching. So bear with me, I'm a little rusty. All right, can everyone see my screen? Good, yep. Awesome. All right, so core marketing. All right, so prior to us having kvCORE, just by like a show of hands, who was using Design Center? Yeah, it was awesome. So they have now moved that into the kvCORE system, which essentially makes it a lot easier to utilize not only the marketing materials, but the kvCORE system as far as tracking what has been shown or seen to your clients that are in your CRM. So this is just another feature that's added into that client journey of understanding you know, where they're at, what they've seen, what you've marketed to them. So we're gonna get started. Of course, we always like to set our objectives, and just today we're gonna work on understanding the value and purpose of really utilizing these new marketing features that kvCORE has. Develop a better understanding of how the core listing packages work, especially because the ones that were coming from Megaphone are completely switched over to these, and then how to properly implement the new marketing features into your agent marketing plans. So this part is mainly for you guys to set your own goals. So just some ideas would be a better understanding of kvCORE. Maybe you're trying to centralize all your marketing into kvCORE. Maybe you're just trying to get it to the point of where it's automated, so it's less work for you, or you're just trying to see if this is something you want to start working on or not. So what are the new marketing materials? So core listing machine, Design Center, because it's moved. So it does have a totally new look to it, as well as new templates and options. The core social and the core present. Core present we've gone over a couple different times, so we won't touch on that too much, but it is a new marketing material for us since the adoption of kvCORE. So just like a general overview of what these are, and then we'll dive into actually using them. And if I'm going too fast or you guys have questions, please let me know. The main objective is for you guys to get the most out of this. A lot of times we're gauging what we think you guys want and need to hear. So if there's something different, or I'm going too fast when showing you guys how to do these things, just let me know. So the core listing machine, or the CLM, is your pre-made listing materials whenever a new listing hits the MLS. And so prior to this, it was coming from Design Center. I'm not sure exactly how they marketed it, but this is the email that you guys all receive when you have a listing that goes into MLS, and it is your package of materials that is emailed directly to the agent from the system itself, of those nice flyers, brochures, social media posts, all that fun stuff. So how exactly does this work? Because it's now different. Before, we didn't really have options. We just were given what they sent you. Now we have options to really customize this, but then also the end goal is to automate it so that you're not even flinching when a new listing hits MLS. So you're going to want to create settings, which is a kit for specific types of listings, whether it's luxury or a specific area. You set the criteria now. You pick the listings life cycles too, and pick which designs will get automatically created or simply use the default provided kit. It's totally up to you. So the new listing materials, when you have a listing that matches the criteria that you set up, the new marketing materials will automatically be created and sent to your email. So then to access the creative materials and use them in your marketing efforts for that listing, you can just download, print, share, or even have the system post to social media for you. So each time your listing changes to a different life cycle status, new materials are going to be made. So whether that be coming soon, just listed, price reduced, you have now the control to set all of this up. So the next thing is Design Center, which should be fairly simple for you guys, especially if you've already been sharing it, but it does have a new look and new templates, which is really exciting. So yes, it's moved into the kvCORE platform with an updated look and updated content. And you guys are now going to have the same ability to create these custom materials through Design Center, but with an even better and easier way to edit these things. So show of hands, who remembers Design Center where you had to type in all the little things? Oh my gosh. And then if you got one wrong and you had no idea where it was going, it's so much simpler now. You click and you type. I'm excited for that part. And there is no like add it to your cart type thing. It's just so much simpler. So lastly, that we'll be covering today is Core Social. So with Core Social, this is has anyone used the Facebook Business Suite before? Yay, nay, okay. So Facebook Business Suite, because Facebook is now owned by, Instagram is owned by Facebook, you're kind of getting like, it looks similar to this, but it's like a planner for your social media content. There's nothing against that platform specifically, but I always say, like, if you can keep it all in one spot, it'll be a lot easier for you. So this Core Social is going to be your go-to for consistent social presence. You can schedule things out at a later date. So instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to sit down and type on Instagram, a lot of us, when we're doing and planning out marketing in this field, we'll sit down and plan out a month's worth of content and have it scheduled to be posted and go out. Now, of course, your natural, not to get off topic of social media, but your natural content of things that you're doing in your day-to-day life, you're not going to be able to schedule. But for your main points of business marketing, it is nice to be able to schedule this kind of stuff. And then you're also going to be able to track all of the stats and the data that goes along with this. So you're going to be able to automate your posts on selected topics for up to 4 days each week. You can build your long-term social engagement and see all the analytics and content breakdown and engagement numbers. So this is where you can really dive into your social media marketing, as far as, what works, what's a good day to post, what's a good time to post. Was I really off track last month? Let me look. What worked the month before, those kind of things. So you're really able to spend the time seeing what works best for you. All right, so now we're going to dive into the platform itself. So I'm going to share a different screen with you. All right, can everyone see that one? All right, good. Okay, so let me walk you through the beginning. Has everyone gotten into the kvCORE system? Yay, nay, maybe. Okay, so it's overwhelming. It's a lot. And, we've brought in the experts. Yanni and I taught on this a while back. We tried to prepare and do everything we could to really, get our hands wrapped around this whole system. But it's a lot. So if you feel overwhelmed, that's normal. I do too most days when I'm working in it. I'm still learning. But today we're specifically going to work in the marketing. And so on your left-hand tab, you're going to want to go to all marketing. And then here is the different features. Some of these are going to be add-ons. Now, if you want the ones that are just for Remax, you have your smart campaigns, your new core listing machine, which is where we're going to start, and much more. So your guys' system might look a tad bit different than mine. That's just because I'm in as an admin. So yours, you wouldn't have this option that I'm doing. But I just wanted to show you guys. So it does come with a default kit. And remember, this is your listing package materials that you get. So all those beautiful flyers, social posts, that type of thing. So this is the default kit that Remax has in here. And so if we're looking, oh, it doesn't want to let me edit that one. Okay. Try something different. Okay, so here, you guys won't be able to edit the company one. That's the one that we set up for everybody, and Remax set up for us. So that's just the default kit. If you never go in here and never set up your settings or use kvCORE, you're still going to get this listing package emailed to you at your Remax email. So here is how it is set up. Always active means whenever that listing hits, it's always going to start creating that. Always prioritize. Seems like if multiple kits were created, so like, and we'll get into all the details of the different types. You know, you might have one that like you always want above others. All this stuff can get super confusing, so bear with me, guys. So you obviously want to give it a name. This is just the default kit, meaning like it applies to all the general listings. And then you can have it set for all listings, or you can get really specific. So you might have a price range that you might say, you know, if it's a luxury, which Mr. George, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe for most of Maryland and Delaware, that's like the $830,000 threshold-ish.
It depends on the location. Like Howard County is and Baltimore County are 820,000.
Okay. Yeah. So it just depends on that specifically. And you can always check with that and Remax International. Where's Ken? I know I saw him join. He might have hopped off. Oh no. Ken,
it said in a previous slide on this, I think it said 825,000, and maybe referring just to that particular listing, because again, it changes per location.
Yes, it does. And there's a book about this big of all the zip codes that Mr. George and I accidentally printed one time. But yes, Ken had one that was like maybe $1,000 or $2,000 off from being part of the luxury. So if you guys are ever curious or don't know, feel free to reach out to Mr. George or I. We can always look up the zip code, or we can even reach out to Remax International and see if they'll push that through, just if you're really into the luxury listings and that type of marketing. So yeah, you could put like your minimum price range as 820,000, so that, you know, if it does hit that mark, you're getting luxury branded content automatically emailed to you instead of, you know, just the basics. And it's good to have a couple different ones. You don't want to post the same thing for every single house you list, especially if you're really a listing agent opposed to a buyer's agent. You know, you want to mix it up some. So you can put your price ranges in here. You can have, you know, obviously, if you're a commercial agent and residential, you're going to want to have a different marketing material for a commercial listing versus a residential listing. And again, this system now has all these items available and branded for commercial luxury. You know, then they have like the modern, just template styles or just the classic Remax, which we're going to get into all of that. So you can even have kits specific for specific areas. And I want to see, I don't believe that you can add your own in here because it's gonna not know how to create a template, but you can get specific with the location or things of that nature. So then the next step is the life cycle. The life cycle is you're telling the system, when do you want another set of marketing materials sent and posted for you if you choose to automate and link your social accounts. So you can just have it for just listed, price reduced, just sold, open house, coming soon, or just one or just two. So you now have more control over these kits, and you're able to set this up kind of like a one and done type thing so that you just have these flowing in for you and you're not thinking about the marketing materials that need to be created when you're working on getting that listing up. So you can brand them differently. Like I said, they have some stuff that's collection. They have some stuff that like we went in as a company. Oh, it doesn't want to show me now, but so I'm going to just show you guys the basics. It doesn't want to let me open these either. Okay. Well, if you did set up your own, so you would want to be able to view these things. Like I can't really click on it to see, but they are all available for like a specific look in Design Center. So if you wanted luxury, you could select this flyer, and then maybe for the luxury, you might want something a little different sent to you for a postcard. And then I don't think many people use door hangers, but you could always add door hangers. So it just depends on what exactly you want. Do you want the social post? Do you want the postcard? It's up to you, or you can just leave it as it is, and this is what's automatically going to be sent to you if you just never set up a kit. So I'm going to switch over and show you guys one that I personally created a little bit. It literally took me like 5 minutes. So you can put it as always active. That's basically how you're going to turn it on. And notify the agent when the assets are ready. You're going to want that on as well, because that's what's going to send you the email. Give it a name, and then you can see here for luxury, I put 800. I should probably put 820, but certain listings instead of all listings. So I want the ones that are at a minimum of 820,000 and single family homes. I could get really specific. You know, if I really went in and had the zip codes for the different price ranges, like if Carroll County was 827,000, I could put that in for the different areas that I work. So that's not a terrible idea either for the luxury content. So then again, your life cycle, you would pick how you want it, and then you can pick which marketing materials. Now, say you're on a team, it's really no different. You would just leave it as for your team when you're setting this up so that your team receives the access to these as well. All right, so then down here is where you'll see the social media auto posting. You would have to or need to connect your social media accounts, and usually this is just a login. And same with Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So this is how you would set up that you can automatically have posts done for you when you receive a new listing. Okay, so say I do have a listing already in here. It's going to take me over to Design Center. But which is where we're headed. Does anyone have any questions about the core social? Yep, Anne-Marie.
Well, I guess I don't know if it's about core social, but when you said if you have a listing in the design center, and I might be way behind on this, I know I am, but or in the core social, does it have to be an active listing? Does it only pull your active listings? Like I like to have the brochure ready before it goes active on the market. Can you design a brochure before your listing goes active?
Yeah, so that you can do in Design Center.
Okay.
So it's not gonna, I guess it depends, like if you have coming soon, if you put it in MLS as the coming soon status, then yes, you can see right here that it would create that. So maybe you set up a kit just for coming soons. That's an option. Because you like a specific image marketed a certain way when something does go in the MLS but isn't active yet. But if you wanted to create something completely on your own, it's going to be in Design Center. So very similar to Design Center before, just a lot easier and honestly a lot less like lag time and loading. I feel like everything took forever to load in there. So that's always good. So this is the new Design Center. So up here you can search for something specific. If you have a certain template you like, you can filter by the different options of media. So print, social, video, website, or you can go right here and find a listing. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So I hope this is an active listing. So you can see right here, I could type in 6. So then we're going to go to and just say, all right, we're going to make a flyer. Again, you can change what type of content, but I want to view all these flyers. So I just clicked on this flyer and put in this listing. I really couldn't tell you whose list. This could not even be an agent of ours, but if it is yours, that's exciting. So as you
have a
can see,
2011. I can't find the 4 tire settings on the dash.
I'm sorry, the course settings. Okay. All right, so now that you are in here with this flyer, as you can see, it is much easier. So maybe I don't want just listed. Maybe I want just sold. I can now type right in there. Prior, you couldn't do that in Design Center. So again, it's pulling all the info from the MLS, but you can change it. And now it's a lot easier. So maybe I don't really like how that photo was looking. I feel like it should probably be a little bit more like that. Is it going to save? We'll see. Okay, so then, oh, I think I have to. It's not liking me. There we go. All right, don't forget, guys, that save changes button at the top is what's going to let you keep going. But yes, you can swap these photos out and it brings up all the MLS photos. You're not, uploading all of these from your computer. It's pulling them right from MLS, which is so nice. If you guys don't have like a flash drive just full of random photos of random people's houses, you know, I'd be concerned. I feel like everybody has one of those. So just having this automatically imported right in here makes it so easy and seamless, that, you know, why wouldn't you? So maybe we'll insert this and then we will move that down a little bit. It kind of reminds me of Canva, if anybody's worked in Canva. Yeah, so again, just hit that save changes. So yeah, this is much easier. Oh, well, if you, it's much easier if you are using like a full screen. I have everything shrunk down to share. All right, let's see if this works for me. There we go. So then again, it's pulling my information from Mac Center. Because I don't have a picture, it's looking a little wonky, but it's pulling, you know, my phone number, my email, everything that, you know, the office address, the office name, the Remax logos, everything's in there. And obviously, if you're a solo agent, this is probably not a template you would want to use because you can see there's a bunch more. Looks like it's for if you were going to market with someone else. But yeah, so as you can see, it's super easy. All of this you can edit. It's just a matter of picking your correct template. So then you can also change the status over here. This was super confusing because a lot of people in Design Center, we had the just listed section, we had the open house, the price reduced. So we're not going to have that anymore. They're just going to show you like 11, maybe 25 different templates that you can edit. And then you're going to change the status right here, because if you want a fluid marketing campaign behind one listing, you're going to want to use the same template, but just the updated status. So now I'm going to say that, you know, it was just sold. It obviously would never change from just sold to coming soon, but you can easily do that. And then if you have to edit the price or whatever it might be, you just edit the listing status right on this side. So you could add a co-agent and it would pull all their details as well. You can make some of them, I believe you can change the number of photos, and then you would just hit download. And this is a really nice feature if anyone works with a printing company. The crop marks and the bleeds, they always ask for, usually. And so having that, if you're sending anything off to a printer, is really nice too, but usually we would just download it. All right, any questions on this stuff? No? All right, so you do have the ability up here to change some more things, whether that be the font, the color, whatever, you know, your heart desires. This essentially is going to give us a lot more options to use these Remax templates, but be unique yourself as an agent.
Megan,
Yeah.
I was going to say, you know, that spot down at the bottom looks like for an additional agent. You can probably put your lender in there. If you have a preferred lender you're working with when you do your brochure, you can put your lender in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. So again, I'm just going to show you guys on the left-hand side under the marketing is where Design Center is now located. I believe, what's today, the 26th. So the 30th of September is going to be the last day to use any of your, I guess, what was it, megaphone money that you had for running ads or anything like that. So if you have money in your accounts, you're going to want to run ads or request a refund before the end of this month, because Design Center used to be over here. And they're getting rid of it. So you can see it's also just very, very slow. So yes, this is going to be eliminated. But it's all right in here. So it looks like there's tons of different designs for different print media. So you can see 64 different flyers, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but remember, you can change the status of all of these different designs. So we have postcards, we have brochures, door hangers, but if we go into social media, we can see that there's the square design, and it tells you right up here what this will work best for. 273 of those. They even came out with stories now so that you can have a nice, clean promotion for your listing if you want to post it on your story, just as like, you know, maybe 4 or 5 days after it's listed, you want to remind everyone it's still available. So they do have some of the templates in here that you guys are used to, where it's just like basically the Remax brand. Show of hands, who uses Photofy? Yeah, I do too. So Photofy is great. A lot of times I do find with agents is nobody wants to pay another, I think it's like $8 or $9 a month for another marketing thing. So the cool thing is a lot of what is in Photofy is in here and you're not paying for anything. So just being able to take this Remax branded image and edit it. So, I mean, you could change this to anything. And send it to your clients or, you know, whatever it might be. And again, you can take this out. You can really work with these. This was not a feature with Remax. And honestly, the fact that they allow this is really, really awesome because there is so many franchises who never give you that ability to edit their materials like this because of the different copyright infringements and all those types of things. Usually it's, you know, here's what you get, make it work. So the fact that we can now edit all these different things is super exciting. So I don't want to see anyone else posting stuff with bright red writing on it, okay? All right, so again, there's different ways you can share it directly to your social accounts from here. You don't even have to download it, send it to your phone and then upload it or do it on the computer. But the nice thing is you can share it via text message. So say you created something and you want to send it to maybe you're an admin or you're on a team and or even, you know, to George or I for approval, that sort of thing. You can just type a phone number in and then you can write a message like, hey, please review for approval. And then you can have that done. Or if you are the person that designs for an agent, but they like to do the posting, you can design it for them and send it through a text message. So that is a super nice feature that they've added as well. Or you could just post it for them, whatever it might be. Even using it to send it to your, you know, clients, if you're wanting to ensure or they're super picky about, you know, how their home is marketed. It's a great way. There's also just like Megaphone and Design Center, there's still the nice Remax. You don't have to just have a listing to work on your marketing. You can create these infographics literally to anything that you want. It doesn't have to be appraisal. it doesn't look like they have any features yet to like switch if you wanted to do it a different way, but you could obviously type in whatever you want, change the photo if you wanted, all those types of things. All right. Any questions, comments, answers, jokes? Anyone? No? All right. I was hoping for a good joke today. I'm sick of hearing the ones from the 4-year-old. It's just, why did the squirrel cross the road all the time? All right.
Does this, if I create a brochure in here and I want to print it, do you get to select your own printer? Do they send it to a printer? How does that work if I send it to be printed? Or do I download this file and send it to my printer?
So you download it and send it to your printer. Again, this has maybe 3 to 4 weeks old since they gave us access to this. Like, it has not been a new thing. Actually, our Remax International rep, Chris, he didn't even, the last meeting I had with him, he didn't even know that we had access. He was like, let me into your account so I can play with it. I haven't been given access yet. So, you know, it's a catch-22 because we were one of the first states and one of the larger brokerages in our state. So we are rolling out quick. We also have to deal with all the little snags and hangups and changes that they make because we were given access to this so early on. But yes, you would just download it. Now so I do know that in Megaphone, we were able to send things to a printer from here. So like the postcards. Yep. So it looks like they use Express Docs where you could send it to them. I'm not really sure why. Okay. It says once I save, then I can. So Express Docs is going to be a Remax approved supplier. So you guys are still able to see this, right? I actually haven't tested this out yet. So yeah, it looks like you can, it's loading. It looks like you can have it shipped to you. You can update the different type of paper. Honestly, guys, if you're printing stuff, I always say to go local, help out a small business. But if you did want to do it this way, it is an option that they have where you can have it sent directly to them. And then as far as like the dimensions and stuff, it should just be fine with Express Docs. You shouldn't have to like go back and change or edit anything. I am curious to see what they're going to do as far as like, does anyone remember in Megaphone, the ability to farm neighborhoods and send out? Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet in the marketing. Like I said, this is only 3 or 4 weeks old. So I am curious to see how they're gonna, you know, what that switchover will look like and how exactly they'll have that. But yes, it looks like you can send it to Express Docs, or you could just download it yourself and send it to your printer.
Yeah, we have some printers that I know there's one in Fulton that others have used that they can usually give you a pretty quick turnaround. And I know there's one I use in Columbia that can give a quick turnaround as well.
Yeah, I had all of my wedding stuff printed at a friend of mine's company in Westminster, and he was super fast. So if anyone needs any recommendations, I think George and I definitely have some, or other agents have them as well. All right, so now we're going to get into the core social. This is going to be pretty basic because I don't have, you know, my personal Facebook page connected to here. And I'm still kind of going back and forth if I'm going to put the Remax one in. So we'll see. But here, this is the part that looks a little bit like the Facebook business suite. And so this is where you're going to be able to schedule your posts. You're going to be able to view your engagement. it does look like you can change your view types. Now, to be honest, because I don't have a linked account here, it's going to be hard for me to, really explain any of this to you guys. Again, my settings are always different because I'm not licensed. I'm not in as an agent's account. So we'll have to see kind of how this one plays out. But this is a great way, just even if you link your account and you don't have your posts coming automatically from here, this system is nice just to track these stats and see exactly, what's doing well, what's not. How many times did I post last week, instead of sitting there on Facebook and scrolling down your own page and trying to navigate exactly, how to continue marketing successfully based off of those results. This is like your one spot. I don't think too many of us use Twitter, but LinkedIn is also a great platform that I know a lot of our agents use. So you can link that as well and track that. But yeah, it looks like it'll show you how many listings were posted, the different holidays, articles, all those kind of things. So I will be curious once I see someone's account that can link theirs, exactly how this works for you guys. But you can change the date range and all these different things. So if you do have a Facebook business account and you want to link it here, you definitely can. If that's not something that interests you, then I say don't, waste your time on really like studying the analytics behind Facebook. But it is a good way to stay on top of your social media and help yourself stay accountable as well. So that is kind of the overview of the new course marketing. So I now want to take some time to open up to you guys just general, any kvCORE questions, where you guys are at, anything you guys want to discuss, or recommendations or that you have for one another, or things that you have like just been struggling with. Again, there's plenty of things that could always go a little bit smoother because we are in the test pilot portion of this still. But is there anything that anybody specifically wanted to see or work on while we're all here?
Megan.
Sure.
So where do you go to see if all your social accounts have been linked already?
So it will show you right here on the side. Can you see where it says not connected, not connected, not connected?
Yeah.
But I believe the behavioral, nope. It's not going to be that one. It's a good question. Okay, so if you go into Design Center, you can then, in the upper right hand corner right here, settings, customization, images, and more. So you can, this is a really, actually, I'm so glad you asked that because there's so many moving pieces in this system. Does anyone feel overwhelmed by it? No, maybe. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. So this is actually for your design settings. You can change which logo. You might want to add your own logo. So this might be where you put in your team's logo so that you can have that incorporated. You can add a different logo for just specifically for print, which if you're really, you guys know which logos to use for what. But this is how you can create your own, like, I guess it's like your own customization of what you prefer to use, because Remax does offer different colored blues, different reds, different logos, all that. So you really can go in and, like, I'm not a fan of the original I might get fired for this, but the original Remax colors, like when I'm designing a lot of stuff, I like the newer, modern, darker navies and the grays and some of that, but it's of course a preference. So the fact that we can edit these and change them is awesome.
Megan, when you're changing those colors, because again, Remax does have some different reds and different blues. It won't allow you to go something that's different than what they want you to use because they're specific about their colors.
Yes, I believe.
If everybody understands what I'm saying is they Remax itself, Remax International has a different blue. They have a different red that you can use, but you can't necessarily use your own color red or your own color blue. It's got to fall within what Remax allows. And I think this will just only allow you to do it to that point, if I remember correctly.
So, yeah. So these are the darker colors. Sadly, I do know those codes by heart. But the best way to do it for like web is the hex codes. But if you, we have the Remax color codes, and we can, of course, you know, if anybody wants to change theirs, we can provide those for you. It's also in the brand guidelines, which you can find in marketing in Mac Center. So you can change them, but yes, don't like put like crazy green or, you know, you don't want to get too far off from the Remax colors. It's not going to like blend well with your logo, their logo, that sort of thing. But also, you know, you need to stay in compliance with their colors if you're going to be using their branded templates. But yes, these are two of the different darker colors just to show you guys. It's the same thing with the font. You can actually see where this is locked. I'm not 100% sure that what you guys have privileges to opposed to this, because as you can see, I'm editing the company level. So I might be able to edit some things that agents can't, just because the whole system works based off of your company being able to make things for you. So we can set specific guidelines and have specific things set up on the company level that's automatically in your agent design center or your campaigns. As you guys have probably seen some of the campaigns that are already in there. We're not creating these specifically, but we are putting those together for what you guys can use on the company level. So it does give us access to help you guys in certain areas and certain ways. But I did not forget your question, Anne Marie, about the automation. I want to say, I thought it would have been in here. Oh. I'll have to research that. I would think that they have another place other than in
settings,
the
maybe?
core. Yeah. Oh. No, I didn't have it in just no, I didn't have it in just like the settings section. Like the settings section.
I guess maybe once you do it once on Core Social, it will keep it in the system for future use.
Oh yeah, it definitely will. Yeah, you won't have to put your Facebook or anything like that in all the time. I believe if you just go to Core Social and you see over here where it's not connected, you would just click which platform. So then it would just prompt me to log in to Facebook and link the two. And then it will save that, yes. And it'll, you know, if you schedule your posts, that's why it's saving it, so that it can go ahead and automatically do that for you. So it doesn't look like there's a specific like marketing settings section, but because it is a social media settings question, it would be in the core social for social media. And then you would just on the right-hand side link them. And then it looks like right here, you can actually edit your posting preferences. So you would want to connect them here and save that. It looks like you can even select what kind of articles they're posting. Has anyone seen the articles that go out on a lot of real estate agents pages that are the keeping, I might have this backwards, keeping current matters? Is that right? Yeah, so that's what these articles are going to be similar to. Again, you can pick which, do you want real estate, interior design, that sort of thing. And then you can pick which days. You could have it posting 4 days. I don't recommend anybody posts articles 4 days back to back. Again, this is kind of your filler content. You don't want to post this all the time. I would personally say if you're posting an article, stick to once a week. It does give you that credibility. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I stay up to date on, current trends and current things. So they're not bad. But I would definitely say you don't want to just post articles. The likely possibility that tons of people are reading is slim to none, but it is good filler content, and it gives you credibility that you're active, you're doing your job, you're staying relevant, you're providing information to the public, that sort of thing.
Megan, can I select, let's say for instance, I want to do it maybe 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Can I select one item for Monday, another one for Wednesday, and another one for Friday? I would do that at different points. Like if I do it here, I'd save it and then come back in and do it again for Wednesday.
No, it looks like you can't. So it looks like you can't get that specific, but so you can see right here, if I click Monday and real estate, it says, please select 8 or more categories is what the error I'm getting. So it looks like we would need to select at least 8, and then it's going to rotate through them.
And that
So
works.
I do like that idea though, George, because then there's, if you could have a mortgage Monday or, a DIY day or whatever it might be. So I guess you would have to kind of really like gauge it and change.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, download the content. So I don't know. I like it, but then so then you can also do holidays, which is cool. Mother's Day, Father's Day. A lot of you guys are already going and getting that Remax content that's in here and posting it for the holidays. So now you can just, again, you only have to sign in once. You don't have to sign in for every little thing. But now you can pick Mother's Day, Father's Day, New Year's, St. Patty's Day, all the holidays. You don't have to post those anymore or come up with different content or find that. Now it's just done for you. Ooh, I'm echoing.
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
Wasn't you.
Yeah, I'm not that talented. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's when there's laptops in one room. I think it does that.
Yeah. So that is another exciting feature. And then again, you're going to be able to track those statistics right back here in Core Social. So again, I just want to reiterate, because this system is confusing. You guys have struggled with me.
Can you show us again how you got into where
where I was? All right. So when you first log in, you're going to be at the dashboard. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to see the marketing. And you can kind of think about it this way. If you think of a smart campaign, think of your emails. A core listing machine, think of your listing materials. Design center, where you want to design things. Core social is going to be your social media things. So you're going to click on Core Social and it's going to bring you to this page. And then it's just managing posting preferences right up here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I would suggest anybody out there, go out and play around with it. Go in and do things.
Yeah.
What the worst can happen, you make a mistake. So what? You'll go back in and you correct it. Even with the brochures, go in and play around creating your own brochures and see what it looks like when you're done. And just keep doing that. Play with the colors, play with the design till you get something you like. That's the way you learn it. I know Megan's done a lot explaining things to us, but until you go in and you start doing it, it's going to seem like a challenge, but the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah. And guys, when we got like the onboarding, they didn't give us, you know, this in-depth handbook that said, here's how you do every single thing. So that's exactly how George and I sit down, and that's how, because George has the agent access. So George and I sit down, and that's how we figure this stuff out too. It's just a learning game, playing around with it. And then of course, if you get stuck, please reach out to us. And then if we don't know the answer, we put it right down here in the chat bubble for you guys. Or you can do it yourself. If you want to cut out the middleman, you can send a message if you have a question. You can also search their articles. So like if something really gets me hung up, I'll search an article first and then I'll resort. I'm such a, like, I can fix it myself. So then I'll resort to asking them for help. But for the most part, it's just a matter of getting yourself comfortable in this system. There's nothing that you're going to mess up in here. Don't be afraid of it. Just take some time, and maybe that's an hour a day or a couple hours a week, whatever that looks like for you, and really work on just getting yourself familiar with the different options that are in here and asking the questions of, how do I make this work for me and my marketing? And that might be a one-on-one meeting that we set up, whether it's virtual, in person, whatever you guys prefer. But again, the one-on-one is where we can really dive deep together into something and customize it for your specific needs.
I have a question.
Sure.
Not to get off track, but as far as emails, do they now have something available where if I create something in Canva, that I can import it and email it to all my past clients, for example, without it just being a link?
That's a
Can
good question.
I import something I created? Because everything so far has just been, they've been telling me all I can do is send a link. Well, I don't want somebody to open an email and have to click on the link to see what I'm sending.
Right. So of course, there's always the option to download them as images.
Oh,
But-
right.
So the basic is, I don't want to do this under the company, sorry guys, because it will show up in everyone's. So you can see a lot of these are all the ones that truthfully, they came right out of the box. They're not even like Remax content. They're just kvCORE. So definitely going in and reviewing them and picking out the pieces that you want and that you don't want is important. You don't want to just start sending these out. But so if we're going to add, I'm not even going to do it as a campaign. I'm going to, let me see. There's a way. Okay, so yes, so say you're just sending out your newsletter and you want to send it to everybody, you would click the all button on the side, and then you would just hit mass email. So then you can select a template of their own, but truthfully, if we want to make our own, we're going to clear that, and then we're going to go to the advanced editor. So the advanced editor, who has worked in MailChimp before? It reminds me of MailChimp if you've ever worked in it. This is basically like, as they say right here, start from scratch. You would obviously want to give your email template as subject line, so it might be October newsletter. And then you're gonna decide what type of content you want in here. So I might first put the dynamic content, and then I'm gonna pick, what is it? We want it to be the agent header at the top. So now we're gonna add some more content. Maybe then we have an image if it wants to load. There we go. All right, I lied. You have to add your rows in first, which they do have all different shapes, which is really cool. So maybe if you put one of these in, you would put different content. So we might have a picture,
That's where you could add your Canva thing you created.
Yes. And then you could put text here on this side, or if you save your entire Canva like per page, you could just put it in, which I actually have done for an agent. So you can see she did the same thing. She created something in Canva, she downloaded it, and then she sent it to me. And then, so like this was part of it. So I'm gonna add the other part. Don't yell at me, Amy, for using you as an example, but you can see right here. So Amy created this in Canva, and it's just a buyer's guide for a seller's market. Please don't take any of her content. She did come up with this on her own, but we actually did just save it as 2 images. So it's as simple as that. I want to say there's probably a way to code it, which I'd have to look like specifically in Canva, but I could look into like showing you how to do that, Anne-Marie, if you're the most comfortable designing stuff in Canva and how to get that over where it's, I'd have to look into it. But
this seems pretty much what I was looking for. So maybe I'll try that first.
yeah, I mean, it's super easy to build. And then again, like say you, I'm gonna delete this row. But say the only thing you have, all right, so you're gonna always want to put your rows in first, but say the only thing you have is a new listing that you just want to send out. So you want to put your agent header, of course. And then I'm actually going to send this to myself and show you guys what it looks like on the other end. Here's the coding that I was talking about that you could put in. I just have to double check how Canva works with that. I don't write code, but I know how to copy and paste code. So I'll shoot you an email in regards to that once I look into it. But you could just put the listing. Let's see. You can put a core video. So you guys do have the ability to use BombBomb core videos, which is a really nice feature. So you get 10 uses per month. I want to say that's 10 different emails, not 10 people. But you could do that. You would have to go into the core video and priorly create that video. But you can edit all of this different stuff. So I'm going to delete that, but I am going to add a couple more things just so I can show you guys. You might want to link in your social accounts. Again, it's automatically going to pull once those are linked. Let's see what else they got. Buttons, if you have specific links, images, video. schedule a showing button. Main listing page. Okay, so now I'm gonna send a test. Let me. All right, it came in. All right, let me show you guys this. So obviously this is nothing fancy. It would have your email address up here, not the kvCORE, but you would see that. Again, this header is the one that I made just when I was playing around. You can put the link to your listing directly in here. I didn't pick a listing, so I'm interested to see where that, it probably just goes to all the listings. Where'd the email go? Okay, so the main listing image, I guess that's if I was doing a specific listing that I was sending out. Again, I don't have any listings in my account, so this stuff's going to look different than your guys's. But you would have the ability to then choose a specific listing, your social links, et cetera, But yes, you can play around with this, send yourself, always send yourself a test first. But
How did you start that one again? Did you go to mass email?
yes, I went to my contacts in my Smart CRM. So all contacts.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then it's just right here, mass email. You can do the same thing with a text, a video. You can do a ton of things right in here. You can even search. So like I might search this person and want to send them something specific right here.
I can't see your screen anymore. I don't know if everybody else can.
Oh, you're so right. Thank you. Forgot to switch it back. All right. I'm sorry.
There it is.
So you can even search someone's name and send them, or maybe a group. Like if you have a tag for your newsletter, I don't have these tagged. But you could do it by a tag right here in the filter or the specific section. If it's people that are in your sphere or active or closed, whatever it might be, you can really get in depth with targeting your clients. But yes, you would essentially just click mass marketing and then select which people you want to send it to. All right. Does anyone have any other questions? No? How do you guys feel about it? You think you're gonna dive in? Good? All right. All right, well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I
just want to say, Megan, first of all, thanks. And secondly, this is fantastic stuff. We need to all get more involved using this stuff because it's free. I mean, it's there and it will do you a tremendous amount of good. It will help you a lot with your marketing and getting your name out there and keeping your name out there in front of everybody.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. It can be intimidating at times, but that's why we're here to help you guys. You know, whatever that looks like for you specifically, just reach out. We're here to help. If we don't know the answer, which you guys saw, you know, I don't know the answer to all of this. I'll figure it out though, one way or another, whether that's reaching out to support on your behalf, whatever it might be. This is what we're here for. And, you know, we just want to make you guys the most successful with your marketing and utilizing the tools that, as George said, they're free. So I hope this helped everybody and everyone, you know, isn't gonna be, you know, freaked out or anything when the design center goes away. We now know where it's at and we know how to utilize a lot of these materials that are right at your fingertips. So I appreciate everyone joining us today. If you have any questions, want to set up a meeting, anything like that, feel free to reach out. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
Thank
Sorry, I
you,
thought about
Megan.
one more question. Are you
Oh,
still,
sure. I love it.
is there a place we can go, if I have a new listing that a concierge is like a package you can buy for like $300 and it'll do everything for you? They'll send out just listed, they'll send out just sold when it's sold, so you don't have to think about it, all that.
Yes, it's going to be an add-on. So if you go to the marketplace, I believe that is the lead. Nope, not the lead. Which one is it?
I just didn't know if they offer different packages for somebody to do that stuff for you.
Yes, transaction coordination.
Yeah.
I guess it depends exactly. What did you want them? You wanted them to
Like
send out.
from the moment you get a listing, if there's somewhere you can go that you can pick a package that will include different for example, 100 brochures and send out just listed for you around that specific address, and then open houses, and then just sold, so that you don't have to think about it throughout that listing. Does that make sense? No.
Yeah, it makes sense. I thought there was something called, it's like transaction.
Only because I have a friend that works for a different brokerage, and she was telling me about how her system does that. I'm just wondering if we had that was available to us or not.
I'll have to look into that. I don't know too much about the different like add-ons. I do know it would be
It's like a
a
concierge service, I guess we'll
cost.
call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a cost. Yeah.
That's something we're also, what's this? Done for you, success services. So it looks like this might be one, done for you success services. Like I said, I haven't really looked into too many of these. But if you go into the marketplace, I'm sure you can do your own kind of homework as far as that.
Yeah.
I do know like our goal for the digital marketing team is to start creating services like that for you guys, where it's, you know, not a huge fee, but it's already done for you. And then you would be in contact with me and we would be the, you know, I would be the one doing these things for you guys. So, but in the meantime, this looks like the option that they have that might be comparable to what your friend was referring to. I'm not sure oh yeah, here we go. Okay. So like smart campaigns, customized to your leads. It looks like everything has a different cost.
Right.
So essentially like we would like to be the ones that would do this for you guys. So that is something we're looking into.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
But I'll let you know as soon as I know.
Thanks so much. Have a good
All
day.
right. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay dry. All right. See you later.